Oh, here we are on the Kansas City live set to meet a Metro mom moving on after really serious heartbreak. Her son was murdered, but now she is helping other families facing similar tragedies. After 22-year-old Corey Lakovich died after being stabbed, his mom, Michelle Mechie, donated his organs. And she got to meet one of the recipients, Jan Chambers, and now they are friends and they are both working with Corey's network. And we welcome you both to the show. We're looking at pictures now, Michelle, of Corey. Tell me about your son.
My son is Corey Lakovich. He's 22. He was just a good kid. He loved his family. He had two brothers, two stepbrothers, a stepsister, brother-in-law, sister-in-law. He had two brothers and a sister up in Milwaukee. So he had a big family. 11 cousins and
wow.
I know. He had more up in Milwaukee and in Florida as well.
And then he was stabbed, murdered, and you donated his organs. Was that a moment for you?
It was.
But you knew you had to do it.
I did.
And you wanted to do it.
He was very altruistic. He was a person who gave because he believed in giving. And so when I was told that my son had died, I knew at that moment that he needed to donate. It was just a natural thing for me to do.
And then that's where Jan comes in. Jan, thanks for being here. You actually received one of Corey's organs. Is that two? And tell us what happened to you.
I had diabetes since I was 11 for 34 years when I got my transplant. Pancreas cured my diabetes, which I had type 1, juvenile onset, and I was no longer diabetic, and I also had been on dialysis for 3 years and 3 months prior to transplant. And it also cured me of my dialysis and kidney failure because I also received one of his kidneys.
So this is a way for Corey. Corey really is living on in you, and his legacy is as well. Tell me about, Michelle, this medal then that you have.
Through the Midwest Transplant Network, when you donate your organs, Corey donated, and he actually saved 5 lives.
Wow.
Through his donation. Awesome. He also gave sight to 2 people, as well as he was able to enhance the lives of countless others through tissue and bone donation. When you do that, the Midwest Transplant Network then gives you a medal, and it says a gift of life donor. And this is something that we are able to keep. But
that's a wonderful treasure. But you've actually started a foundation now, Corey's Network. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing and how you're trying to reach out and help people here this midday.
Corey's Network Incorporated is actually an advocacy program for the surviving victims of homicide. And what that means is when we first came out of this, I'd been in social work for 25 years before Corey's murder. And I thought immediately that we were going to get a victim's advocate. And what I found out is that unless your crime is solved, immediately you're not going to get a victim's advocate in any of the precincts except for Kansas City, Missouri or Kansas City, Kansas.
And so you step in and...
And what we did was we created an advocacy program.
Okay.
And we will reach out to any precinct in the metropolitan area that doesn't have an advocate. And we created this. And basically, we will but we'll connect you to a counseling program, or we will help you with understanding the investigation. We'll help you with navigating the media. And then the one thing that we try to help with the most is helping you to actually fund the funeral. And that will be helping you get in contact with Crime Victims Compensation.
Just figuring out how to navigate, to manage all of the things that happen following a tragedy like this. Michelle, Jan, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your powerful story. And of course, if someone needs assistance, Corey's Network, you guys are online. Thank you so much for coming, and we appreciate it.
Thank you very much.